Hi Weird for Beauty fans! Thank you for watching this episode of Weird for Beauty Wellness, and please be sure to go to weirdforbeauty.com to follow on all the different channels and see all the great beauty and wellness content all in one spot. Today's topic is a little bit more serious. With the spread of Covid-19 all around the world, the global pandemic, I have changed a lot of my behaviors, and I want to tell you a little bit about how I am working on thriving while practicing social distancing or a mild quarantine situation. First of all, if you are a millennial like me or younger, please consider staying home a lot more. All the experts are saying that if we stay home and we don't gather in groups, even at people's houses right now as the virus is starting to spike, we can help do our part and slow the spread. This virus is deadlier than the flu. It is very contagious, and it's really harmful to people with compromised immune systems and older people especially. So when you're out and about in the community, keep those folks in mind, because you could be unknowingly spreading the disease, even without symptoms, for days. The virus can spread from person to person without anybody knowing it because the person isn't sick. You can actually have it for several days yourself without knowing it. So I really urge you to take the advice of the experts who are saying to stop everything. Bars should be closed down. You should be careful about going out and about on public transit. If you absolutely have to, be sure to use hand sanitizer, wipe things down, practice extreme good hygiene. And I'm not saying that to scare you or to cause more anxiety for folks, but simply follow the rules of the experts and we'll all be a lot better, because in America, our hospitals are not prepared. In other countries with single-payer healthcare, with a lot more preparation and a lot more strict containment measures, the virus seems to have slowed down in terms of its spread. But here in the United States, we have yet to experience the full impact of the virus at the recording of this video. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the things that I'm doing to manage my own anxiety during this time, and also the ways that I'm using the time as an opportunity, and just give you some little tips about that. First of all, I have stocked up on food, so I have food for probably like 10 days right now, and my plan is to either get more food delivered or to try and venture out to get more when I run out. When I do leave my apartment, and it is a small studio apartment, but I'm lucky to have a balcony, when I do leave, I am wearing this mask when I go in the elevator of my building, because I live in a very crowded building, and my building has lots of people, and it's also under construction. There's only one elevator running, so I'm wearing this. It's a N95 grade mask. It will help prevent me from spreading the virus or receiving it, because these filters are really good. It's much better than a paper mask, and it seals around my face. Yes, it is possible to get the virus through your clothing, like from touching things and then touching your face, or even through the mucus in your eyes, potentially, I'm not sure. So it's really just a harm reduction measure, and I know there's a lot of people out there saying don't hoard masks, and they're right. I already had this mask from when we had wildfires here in California. I'm also using these hand sanitizing wipes to clean the mask and to clean my hands anytime I am able to, and also to wipe down my phone and other items like that if I have to leave my apartment. I have a small thing of hand sanitizer that I'm using, if I absolutely have to touch something like the mailbox or something like that. And then I have this disinfectant spray that I'm keeping counters and things like that wiped down here in my apartment. So I am working from home now, as most companies in San Francisco are, and I know not everybody is able to work from home. I hope and pray that our government finally institutes the kinds of policies we should have had all along, like paid sick leave, financial help for those who are impacted by the virus in any way should be available to them, and I hope that our leaders wake up to this urgent necessity. Things that we should have already had in place in our society. While I am at home, working at home, and just spending a lot of time here by myself and trying not to go crazy, one of the things I'm doing is using video chat and good old-fashioned phone calls. So I've been calling my mom and dad regularly. I have been video chatting with friends with kids, and chatting online and playing video games online with people. You can do group video games, so I highly recommend doing that. And also, turn off the news and do a yoga exercise or a dance class or a Tai Chi or Pilates or a guided meditation. There's so many resources on YouTube now that makes being at home alone a lot less lonely, and it helps you manage your anxiety. Another thing I'm doing is trying to keep a really set schedule as much as possible. It's the weekend now, so I'm a little bit like, okay, I think I need a weekend schedule too, so I don't just let the weekend go by like a blur. But I am going to create some weekend schedules and just kind of blocks of time so that I don't spend all my time reading and obsessing over the news, or so that I don't spend all my time laying in bed. But during the week, while I'm working at home, I have a general schedule, which is I get up around 7:30 a.m. and I have my coffee, and I do gratitude meditation. So I'll do some meditating, and then I think about things that I'm grateful for. And then I do a little exercise, some push-ups, some yoga, some jumping jacks, and things like that. At 9 a.m. is when I allow myself to start reading my work email. I'm instituting that new rule, and I'm going to try to stick to it so that I don't start working all the time when you're at home. You have to set clear boundaries between your work and your life. Otherwise, it just starts to blur together in an unhealthy way, I think. So at 9 a.m., I'll start doing my work, looking at messages. I'll remind myself, I actually set up reminders on my phone to go out on my balcony and get some air, do some stretching, a little bit of yoga here and there throughout the day. At around noon, 12:30, I eat some lunch, and I'm a pescatarian. I use simple cooking methods. I do have a lot of frozen meals in my freezer at the moment. And then I work again until about 5 or 6, and that's when I do a little more stretching and a little more meditation. It can be short, 5 minutes. And then I do some phone calls again around 6 p.m. That's when I'll do some phone calls to family and friends on video so I can see people. Then after that, I work on WeirdForBeauty. So this is kind of presenting me this opportunity. And I'm kind of a social animal, and I usually hang out with my friends like almost every night. So I'm really viewing the next probably month or so, I don't know how long this is going to last, but as an opportunity to reflect and also work on things that I have been neglecting, like WeirdForBeauty, or writing the book that I'm working on right now for WeirdForBeauty, the ebook. And then from 9 p.m. until bedtime, which is around 11:30, I will listen to a podcast or two. I recently posted my favorite beauty podcasts on WeirdForBeauty.com, check it out. And I also watch my favorite YouTubers out there and a little bit of TV. So on the weekends, I'll probably do more documentaries and movies. I really hope that they find a cure for this virus and a vaccine. And I really hope that you are all taking care of yourselves. Try to be well. Be social digitally and virtually as much as possible. Please stop going out. Don't go to restaurants. Don't go to bars. And reduce your interaction with people even if they seem healthy. I know that advice has advanced over the past few days. Earlier they might have been saying, go out, hang out with friends as long as no one's coughing. That advice has changed. We need to take this seriously and look at the other countries like Italy and Spain that are on lockdown and really just do this out of the goodness of our hearts for other people. It's not about yourself, it's about other people and the health of our whole community, because, we're only as healthy as the least healthy among us at the end of the day. And so please consider that act of compassion in reducing the amount that you're going out and about. Your everyday normal life is going to change, and it should change, hopefully temporarily, but it's for the good of others, and that hopefully warms your heart. So with that, please be well, and thank you for visiting WeirdForBeauty.com.